guys, Brian and PS4 Trophies, and I got a Layers of Fear collectible guide. I'm going to show you collectibles such as this, although this doesn't count. In fact, I'm in the prologue and nothing you find here will count. Now, there are three types of collectibles, and the first type is going to be spoken words. You got to recall words that you said, and those are going to be basically objects that you pick up and you can rotate and look at, and you're going to hear dialogue with it. They're also going to have rat drawings, and that's going to be about 16 of those. And then we need to also find family mementos. So I'm going to show you all three types. There's roughly 70 total collectibles, give or take. So we're going to go in through this and start. Again, I'm in the prologue here, and I'm going to start chapter 1 here in just a moment. And now do me a favor, play this game first without a walkthrough, without the collectible guide. It'll maybe take you a few hours. Do yourself a favor and definitely do that, because there's no way for me to avoid spoiling some of the events that occur in this game. So I got the first trophy there. It's covered for a reason. And now we're going to go after memento number 1. These are family mementos. Again, there's roughly about 16 of them. Now when you leave the painting room, the main room, you're going to come into here, and I'm going to quickly kind of just navigate through here. Try to avoid spoilers as much as possible, but obviously there's no way I can do that. But you're going to come down this hall here, and in this cabinet, if you open up the left door, is our first family memento. And there's the Scraps of Love trophy for finding one. We'll also get one for finding all of them. Now the next one is one of the words you need to recall, and this is kind of story related. You need to open up this lock here, and when you open this up, there's going to be a ring in there. So go ahead, hit R2 to examine that, and you can see, you pick it up, you can rotate it, and there's dialogue as well. Now the first rat drawing is going to be in the room here with the fireplace. You need to come up to this dowel, and things will change. It's going to get pitch black, and what you need to do is find the light, and if you go to this corner here, in the wall is the rat drawing. Again, there's 16 of these. Now there's going to be another object, a second memento. And we got a trophy for the first rat drawing. So I'm going to hit the light switch and turn around. And there's going to be a painting here. It's going to do some things, but what we need to do is get behind it. So we're just going to let it do its thing here, and then go right behind it. This one's really easy to miss. So make sure you do that before you go up the stairs. And once you pick that up, we're going to get another spoken word thing back in the room with the fireplace, and go down this hallway here. And a painting is going to fly out from the wall there. What you need to do is drop the painting, and on the front side of it is our second spoken word recollection. Now our second rat drawing is you're going to go into this room here with this painting just in front, and a rat's going to run into the fireplace. What you need to do is go into this cabinet here, open the top drawer, and on the left side is the second rat drawing. So now we're going to leave this room. Once that room is done its thing, and in the very next area we go to, we're going to actually go through this room here. Then we're going to go into this hallway here, and see this window here just in front of it is our next object. And then our third rat drawing, just a little bit later on, you're going to come down this hallway, go into this room here, into the kitchen, up to the left, open up this door here, and on the back side of that door is our third rat drawing. And that'll conclude chapter 1. Now, if you go back to the main painting room, which is where you'll begin and end each chapter, on this desk here, this book is the all of the family mementos. So you can track which ones you have there. And on this wall here is going to be all the rat drawings. Unfortunately, all the spoken word things, there's no way to keep track of that. Speaking of spoken word things, you're going to come in the beginning of chapter 2. You're going to have to get this key. What we need to do is, after we get this key, go across the hall and enter this room here, and you're going to find some piano notes. So go ahead and pick that up to initiate the dialogue. And just a little bit further on, you're going to go into the attic. As soon as you get up the attic stairs, go straight in the back. In front of you on the ground is the third family memento. So we're going to go back to the room with the fireplace and the deer hanging above it. Now there's nothing you can do here, but when you leave the room, you're going to hear some racket behind you. Now you can continue on, but if you turn around and go back into the room, there's going to be a combination. Now it could be here, it could also be on a cabinet somewhere else in near the door where we first entered the room, but somewhere in there is going to be that combination. Again, it could be in different places. So it took me about a minute and a half to kind of get this to actually work, but I finally was able to open this. And inside of here is actually not the collectible itself, it's a key. This key is going to allow us to access the room. Now if we go and continue the path, you're supposed to go through the door to the right. Without that key, this door would be locked. So open up this, and right on the ground is the family memento. So we're the spoken word number 5. You got the painting with the dog. As soon as you activate that, come over to the right, and there is the collar for the dog. So go ahead and look at that. Next up is our 5th memento, and that's going to be in this area here. You need to go to that locked door, and that locked door will open up this door, and you're going to be stuck in this room for a minute. Now you have to come in here as part of the story. There's a key, and then once you do that, there's actually 2 items you need in here: family memento number 5 and then family memento number 6, and that's going to be on the main desk here. And it is, I believe, the top drawer, not that one. So there you go. Now there's going to be another object in this room, so we need to wait for us to be able to leave it. Once you do, head back and go left, and you got this painting here. It's going to change, and then the cane is going to appear, and you need to examine the cane.
This house is absolutely amazing.
Next up is going to be the violin. That's going to be in the bedroom with the phonograph. You'll find that locked behind this one right here.
Honey, what in the world are you doing?
And then there is also going to be a rat drawing, our 4th one. If you go to this area, this thing here, open up the right drawer, and you can go ahead and look at that. And then our spoken word number 8, it's actually in the painting room. It's going to be right underneath the rat drawings that we've collected. So make sure you get that. That's kind of easy to miss. All right, so next chapter, chapter 3, and we're going to lead off with the rat drawing. This is going to be in the first hallway. You got it kind of like a 4-way intersection hallway. We'll see this quite a bit. If you go down to the left, and behind the pots is going to be our 5th rat drawing. And then 2 rooms later, after the thing with the piano there, as soon as you leave, open up this cabinet here to the left, and inside the jacket hanging inside of it is going to be the rat drawing. Now this area here is where you got the doors, and they disappear and they reappear and they disappear again, and you're going to spin around, and then you're going to keep spinning around, and eventually you're going to see a passageway here. Walk forward and you'll hear some noise. When you do, turn around and a door will appear. It won't appear until you get far enough down that hallway, but don't go too far, otherwise you won't be able to get this key right here. Now that's not the collectible. The memento is going to be in the next room that you have to go into. So you come here, you got the dead end, you see the room, turn around, and you're in that room. And there's a locked chest, but we have the key, so we're going to open that up and get the memento. Now our next spoken word is going to be in the 4-way intersection here, and we need to take the one of these paths. Now what you want to do, by the way, is open up a door and don't go through it. If you're not sure it's the right one, just open it up and look in, because a lot of times when you go through doors, they'll close behind you. So make sure you enter this room and get the glasses. The memento number, actually this is memento number 8, sorry, is in the library. You're going to go down the stairs, and you need to actually, the only object in this game you interact with your body, you need to push it, the ladder, and it's kind of awkward without arms, but push it over here to the left, and once you've done that, you can climb up and grab the key. So we're going to take this key and go back up the stairs from which we came down, and there's going to be a locked door. Now of course we have the key, so we're going to go inside of there. So go ahead and pick that up, and we're going to get our next word recollection, and this is going to be where you have the phone puzzle, I guess, if you will. The phone's going to appear, head back this way, and eventually the phone's going to actually just drop right in front of you. And I believe this is actually probably story related, so you can't miss this. Alright, rat drawing number 7. This is going to be in the dining room. You're going to open up that door, get scared. The dining room's going to be upside down unless you hit the light switch. Once it's right side up, you can grab the rat drawing. You can also grab it if it's upside down. Next up is going to be in the bathroom. You're going to enter this door here. You're going to have to pull this pallet down here in order to progress. But before you do, make sure you go to this door here to the left. And inside the tub is going to be our friend the baby. And attached to his chest is the rat drawing. Next up, you're going to have a hallway here with a series of locked doors you need to unlatch from the top. The final one before you leave on the right side is going to have the drawing inside of this thing here. So open this up. And then we're going to head to the basement. Now, all of these are all like relatively close to one another. There's not maybe a minute or two apart from each other. But you're going to come down to the basement and you need to interact with the piano. You can do this during the whole process or before it. Either way, come to the very back here and you'll find the rat drawing hanging. And we're going to move on to chapter 4. Now the first, let's take a look here actually. That's our collection of rat drawings. And let's go take a look at the mementos. We're just a little halfway, so let's go ahead and just kind of track and make sure you guys got all of these. You can kind of follow along. Now there's something interesting with the mementos here. The last one, the last photo, for some reason I don't think I should have, and I don't know why I do. I don't know if it's a bug, but we will pick this one up. This one right here, we will pick that one up actually in the final chapter. All right, so the next one, you're gonna come to this room with all the drawings, the kids' drawings. You're gonna open doors, and it's you're just gonna keep doing this. This is kind of a very easy one to miss, so that's why I'm just kind of going back here a little bit. Now the doors are going to be locked. They're going to start disappearing. So eventually the exit door is going to appear if you just kind of keep circling around. Now you can just go ahead and go out that door, but before you do, turn around. There's an event happening. Go to the very back. You have to get far enough away from the door, and when you turn around again, that is our Word document we're looking for.
That's not right.
So number 12, we're gonna move on. This is the very next hallway. This is really easy to see. You're not gonna miss it. It is the hat on top of the bear.
Hey, what is that?
The memento number 9 is in the 4-way split again. So we're gonna go back to this hallway. Look for this little kind of setup here. You can turn on the light, and it's going to be, I believe, the second drawer. So go ahead and pick that up. And then the very next room that we go into, in the back left corner, is going to be the pair of baby shoes. So make sure you pick that up.
Sweet Jesus.
And then in the very next room is going to be another rat drawing. Now this one can be easily missed as well. What we need to do is break the mirror. So to break the mirror, what you need to do is open up a drawer. And then with one open, try to open up the other one. It'll slam it shut, the opposite one, and then reveal the rat drawing. So next up, we're going to leave the room. And there's 2 ways you can go, left or right. If you go to the right, you got this little dead end path here. And what we need to do is find 3 checkers. There's one down there on the floor, one on the second drawer down, and then another one in the bottom one. So pick up each of those 3 pieces, and once you've done that, you can now interact with the centerpiece.
You beat me again.
And that'll be our 14th
Sometimes I wonder.
recollection of words. Now, next one is going to be after the dowel area. You're going to be in this kind of confusing little maze. And then once you get to the end, and I did an edit there, but once you get back out, you're going to be in the room from which you started prior to entering that area. Now before you leave, you can leave that way. Before you leave, there's a closet. And in the closet is going to be a toy that we need to interact with. Next up is going to be a bottle of perfume that'll initiate another vocal conversation. Now this is going to be the first of several collectibles you'll find in this exact same spot. So go ahead and pick that up. And then towards the end, you have the kids' room, the nursery. In here, there's a lot of things you can interact with, but there's only one collectible, and that's going to be on the shelf here. And that is the rat drawing, the 12th one. Now, after you've completed everything there, you're supposed to go off to the right and you'll be back in the masterpiece room. Before you do that, backtrack and you're gonna see this cabinet. It was actually locked until that room. You're gonna see this gun. Now, there's no spoken dialogue here, no words, but you can interact with it like you can all the other ones, so I included it. I don't know if maybe the dialogue's just missing in the game code or what, so I included that anyways. And now we're gonna do chapter 5. Now you're gonna be in that circle area and you're gonna eventually come to the center area with the clock and it's gonna freak out. Now once you leave this area, that was the first thing you do in chapter 5. Come down this hallway, the first door on the left. Enter this door here and there's gonna be a desk in the back. We're gonna go through the top drawer on the right and get family memento number 10. And we're gonna get a rat drawing after this. I'm sorry, a memento and then a rat drawing, but the next room, you're gonna have this crazy ghost lady. Quickly run down here and pick it up. If you do it quickly enough, you can back away and go back out the door and you won't have to deal with her. All right, now rat drawing number 13. You're gonna come to this section with the puzzle, with the dog, cat, dog, and rat. I'm not gonna give you the solution, but there's actually 2, and it's kind of complicated. In order to do this in one playthrough, there's a very specific way to do this. Now you're gonna leave that rat area there, that puzzle, and you're gonna come over here and you're gonna get trapped. Now eventually a secret passage is gonna open up behind you, and that is the route you need to take to continue the story, as well as the location of a collectible right down there. However, there's a second secret passage. If you keep kind of just turning away from it and turning towards it, you will see it opens up here on the left, and that is going to lead us to rat drawing number 13. Now again, you can either go one way or the other. You can't go both in a single playthrough without exiting the game, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. So come in here and you can get rat drawing number 13. It's in the bottom, it's actually the bottom right one here. Now you can go ahead and continue on down the path and you will end up missing the next collectible, which is a memento. Now what you want to do is, before you go down there, back out to the menu and then hit continue. And that is going to put you back into the game at the painting here, and you're going to have to just do a little backtracking here. We're going to be not far from the area, but you can see the rat drawing is actually there on the board, so it did save it as soon as you picked it up. Now, I just kind of skip forward here a couple minutes, and we're back here where the secret paths open up, and we're going to go down the first one here. So again, once you get that previous rat drawing, back out to the menu and hit continue, and then you can come down this path to get memento number 12. Now next up is going to be rat drawing number 14, and this is going to be in the very next room. Now if you went down the other path, you will actually land right here, and you can go in and look just to the right in the wall is the floor creeper's rat drawing. So next up, so memento number 13. Just a little bit later, you're going to go through a whole bunch of series of doors. The next big room you enter, look just to the left of the couch there on the floor, and that's number 13. And we're going to go to our 18th word recollection, and that's going to be here in the next room. You got that large painting on the other end of the room. There's a chest, and inside that chest is the muzzle, which we saw at the very beginning of the video. Now rat drawing number 15 is after you interact with that large painting and you wake up. You're back at the 4-way intersection here. Go off to the right here, open the door, make sure it's the right door before you go through, and then on the back of that canvas is the drawing. So the next one is a series of spoken words, and now you're going to enter this room here. You got that very creepy painting there. On the table is a bottle of alcohol. There's actually a secret room where you can get a tool for the next area, but I'm actually not going to get it in this playthrough. But after this, and this is actually kind of a little bonus here, and I'm going to do probably a separate guide using this footage, but we're going to get a trophy. This is called, I don't remember it. Oh, Instinct of Self-Preservation. It's a secret trophy, a bronze, and that is for heeding the warning. So what that means is you're going to come down here, in the next room or hallway you enter, it's going to tell you not to look back. Don't look back, because you'll I won't spoil it, but if you don't look back and just go through the room here, you will get the trophy. Now there's a couple ways you can exit this room, using the tool in the previous area, which I didn't grab, or yanking on that chain 3 times. So I just yanked on that 3 times. Now spoken word number 20 is going to be in the intersection hallway once again, and continue straight forward, and on the ground is the broken paintbrushes. Number 21, from that location, is going to be a little paint thing here in front of the fireplace on the ground. So above the fireplace is that upside down painting, and on the ground is number 21. And in the room after the elevator, after you get out of the elevator and do the whole sequence there, that next room is a chest. Won't be too hard for you to find that one. And then we're going to go back out to the next hallway once we listen to this entire thing. And we're going to have yet another collectible right in front of the window, same place as many of the others. And that will conclude chapter 5. So let's go ahead, chapter 6. We're going to leave this room. And you can see our rat drawings here. We're getting pretty close. Let's go ahead and take a look at the family mementos as well, since we're here. And this is going to be the last time we can show it. As you can see, there's most of them are here. There's only 3 more left. Although the last one I shouldn't have, because we're going to go pick this up here momentarily. So again, I think it might be glitched. But in any case, we have it. And once you leave the paint room here, you have 2 paths, one to the left and one to the right. The left will carry on through the story. The right one is actually going to loop around right back to where we were. But if you go to the right, travel down here, there's actually a secret passage. And in order to access it, you have to look on the back of this pillar. So turn around, hit this lever, and now you'll have to enter in a combination. The combination is 906. Now once we do this, it'll open it up, and we're actually going to get that last memento that was in the book already. So you may remember this photo. But that's actually the location where you actually pick it up. So carrying on, you're going to reach this puzzle. Well, not really a puzzle, but this area here with the 3 paintings. Now, I just edited out about 30 seconds because it's kind of obnoxious. But once it's done and over with, before leaving the room, there's a rat there. So make sure you look at that. Now we're in the basement. I did not interact with that machine there. You can, although I'm not entirely sure what it does. But spoken word number 25, after that basement section there, you're going to come down here. You're going to have this room to the right. Once we enter it, you're going to see a bed that's on fire with some bandages. Interact with the bandages.
That her?
And then we're going to move on to the Ouija board. Now this is a puzzle. Took me a little while to figure out. I'll tell you how to do it. You have this scrap of paper here, and it tells you you're actually writing this with your phone number, and you see 363853, but the last 3 numbers are cut out. Now, if you remember a couple chapters ago where the ring and phone was, we had to enter in 3 different numbers. Well, it turns out those numbers, when put together, is actually your phone number. So 363853, and then the final 3 numbers of that puzzle was 354. You're going to leave the last space blank, and then hit yes. Now this is going to open up the cabinet right in front of us that was locked. It is now open, so we can go ahead and pick up our 15th family memento. Now we're going to have our 26th word here. This is the necklace. It's in the very same spot as 3 other collectibles, so you should know where that's at. But then we're going to actually turn to the right, go down the hallway, and there's going to be a room just to the right. Before you exit, there's a room right here, and we're actually going to start getting a bunch of trophies. So come in here, and on the ground is our final family memento. It is also what I think might be our 27th recollection of words, because once we've picked that up, and there's the trophy for getting all the mementos, because after we pick that up, there's actually going to be some spoken dialogue.
I finally figured it out. And it's
everything else in that room you can ignore. And then our final rat drawing is here in this hallway with the chair that you can push. It's a puzzle of some sort. I never did figure it out. And I have all the trophies, and I still hadn't figured that out yet. But leave this room, whichever way you do it. There's 2 ways to enter this. But once you do, just to the left is the final rat drawing. Pick that up. And there's the "You Might Have a Problem" trophy. And then our final word is in the next room. It's the knife.
What is taking so
Now, I
long?
showed you a lot of things, maybe a little choices that I made, kind of like dropped them in as little hints. And the reason I did, and really quick, once you kind of completed the game, right before the end, if you go to this table, you'll get the Sketchbook of the Damned, which is all the developers. And then I show you this here. I completed the game and I got the "I Know What I Want" trophy. Now that is technically for completing the game and getting 2 different endings. But this was my first playthrough, so I'm not entirely sure why I popped the trophy. First playthrough on this PSN account. So the choices I made, I kind of showed you a couple of them along the way. I did get all the collectibles on my first playthrough because I did find them all on a separate PSN account. So I want to thank you guys for watching. That is it. That is all 70-something collectibles in Layers of Fear. Thanks for watching. And of course, like, comment, and of course, subscribe.